Hello everybody, I will start my today's coding practice. So today in this video, I will solve this question, logger rate parameter. And because this is an easy question, I intentionally don't see the examples or interfaces or test cases first. So I copy pasted the question statement here, and I will try to do, so that all the steps by myself and try to solve it. Then I will try to see if my code is accepted in the LeetCode platform. So that being said, today's question is this one: logger rate parameter. So design a logger system that receives a stream of messages along with the timestamps. Each unique message should only be printed at most every 10 seconds. It should only be printed at most every 10 seconds. A message printed at the timestamp t will prevent other identical messages from being printed until timestamp t plus 10. All messages will come in chronological order. Several messages may arrive at the same timestamp. Implement the logger class. Design each unique message should only be printed at most every 10 seconds. A message printed at the timestamp t will prevent other identical messages from being printed until timestamp t plus. I see. So each unique message. I see. I understood this. So okay. So basically, in this question, I will be given a message along with the timestamp, and I should print out that message. However, I have to make sure that, say, I will be given the same message like cat at time 1, then I shouldn't print it until, for t is 1 to t is 10, that cat logging at t1 prevents other cat logging. And after t is 11, I have to print cat logging. I have to do the logging of the cat again. But if I log the cat again in, say, t is 12, then I must not print the cat logging until t is 22. So from t is 23, I should log the cat again. Okay. And all the messages will come in chronological order. Several messages may arrive at the same timestamp. Yeah, even if the cat arrives at the same timestamp, like t is 1, I should print it only once. Okay, good, I understood. So let me define the interface first. Yeah. So this is how I initiate the logger class. And the logger class accepts the messages with, say, like this method. So in this method, the message and timestamp is given. Yeah. TS. Okay. So I defined the interface of the logger class I will implement. And again, I will quickly think of some examples for this logger class. So I will initiate the logger class in this way, and say I will be given the, okay, say cat at t0, then this should print out cat. Then when I get dog, oh, and also if I get cat, one more cat, again, this does nothing. And say when I get the dog, I will print out dog. Then if I guess the word cat again in time is 10, it doesn't do anything. However, when time is 11, I will have to log the word cat, something like that. And for dog, the same. So at time is 11, I do nothing, but for time 12, I have to log it again. Okay, good. So I think in this question, I have to keep track of, okay, so let me write it here. So basically what I will do is something like this. However, here, I have to make sure that this print message happens only when, I mean, that word hasn't been logged for the last 10 seconds. Yeah. So the task I have to think is how I can save the messages I've seen in the last 10 seconds. I think the quite basic approach I can take is I will keep track of all the words I've seen like this. So when I keep all of them, when I get a new word, like cat tem, I will take a look at all the past logging and confirm if cat logging until, I mean, in the time interval, sorry, timestamp range, in this case, -1 to 9 happened or not. Sorry, 0 to 9 happened or not. And it happened, so I don't log it. I can say this is a kind of brute force approach. And also, I think what I can do is I can pop out unnecessary messages. So, okay, kind of optimization from here is number one, pop out the outdated messages. Like if time is 11, I don't need any message before t is 0, so I will pop out all the messages. And second optimization I can make is use the binary search inside of this past logging list. Yeah. In that way, I can the timer take only log n. So yeah, I think they can the possible optimization. Okay. Oh, so as long as I do pop up the messages, binary search isn't necessary. I just have to see if the current message is included in the same words. So I would say I will use a counter like this. So with this, I can simply count and keep track if the specific message is inside of the past 10 seconds stack. Yeah, okay. And one thing I have to take care is this pop out can take so much time if the message in the same second appears so much, like say cat, dog, animal, or some other logging, all of them happen at t is 0. Then what happens is when the time is 11, I have to, delete, pop out all these messages. In that case, the time complexity would be over n, assuming that the number of rogues in the past, past number of loggings. Logging of the past number of loggings in the past. However, if I use a binary search, even though the stack goes longer and longer, it takes up to, wait, where are the things? Binary, we do search. Yeah, I have to see all the past messages, so it will take log n plus O of n. Actually, binary search is the good option here, I think. I think pop out plus count is a good one. Okay, so that means that I will implement this log class. So as I said, I will initiate this class with self recent messages. So this should have message plus timestamp. This is a list of tuple. And then also I will have recent message set. So this basically, the counter of the recent messages. So basically, this is the counter of all the messages in this messages list. Okay. So that being said, what I will do is, so firstly, I will pop out all the past messages. So this. If there is any messages, and the message as the head of this list is, so in this case, if here I have to ignore all the messages before time is 1, so I have to delete 11. So I can write it this way. Okay, so yeah, if the recent messages, the head of the recent messages, the oldest message in the recent messages list is outdated, then I will pop it out. So then I will decrement this message from the counter. And also I have to make sure that if this count becomes 0, I should delete the key from this counter. So that's it. Then the last thing I will do is print out this mess. So print out this message if it isn't in the self.recent message count. In the list of messages. So yeah, this is it. Okay, so in this question, I will try to run this code and see, yeah, if it works correctly. Oh, I actually have already this one. So execute this. So in line 36, let's see error. This will become okay. So seems like cat is printed out, but again cat is printed out. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. Oh, okay, sorry. After printing out this message in the log method, I have to increment the message counter and also append it to the recent messages list. Like this. Okay, let me try that again. So now cat dog is printed out. Good. So now my code is ready. So I will execute this in the read code platform. Oh, seems like returns true if message should be printed out in the given timestamp. Okay, so I will tweak my implementation a little bit. Here and it should be here and it should be here. And actually here I should return true. Otherwise I should return false like this. Oh, so and this should be, let me rename this. Okay, so now I've got the wrong answer. So it seems like when one foo is printed out, and when 11, it should be already printed out. So the tweak I have to make is here. So currently, TS is 11, and then interval is 10. So this should be now 1. And in that case, foo at timestamp 1 should be printed out by the definition. So I included this equal to the operator. Okay, then I will submit my code. No, it doesn't accept it. Obviously, this should be false, but okay, so let me print out the current status of these two instance variables. So it seems like what? 11B. Ah, it's okay. No. So A1B10 is inside. So when 11B B is in the recent message count, but seems like after that maybe yeah, B is popped out maybe. Yes, A and B are popped out. I see. What is it? Because TS is 11, so it should be 11 minus 1 is 1. So this should not be met. However, this is met somehow. Ah, I see. So when I use the stack, the rust element should be popped out. So I have to use the Q. Then here I should pop left. And also, yeah, that's the thing. Now B is inside of one. I mean, inside of some recent message counter. So it should not be printed out. So it should return false. Now E10 counter B. Let me check it again. So now in the end, this is true. Why is it? B is not in recent. B is not in recent messages count. So here I will see. Now it seems like message is now A. So I see when I popped out, this message variable is, yeah, overwritten by this message. Sorry, log argument message is overwritten by this opt-out message. So that's what I have to change to now accept it. So let me comment out this. Okay, now it's accepted. So let me take a look at the editorial so that I can find if there's better idea. The Q&A said, yes, this is what I come up. Hash table in dictionary. Ah, yeah. I think, yeah, this is also borrowed. you know, solution. So for every message, I will initiate the queue. But I think the amortized time complexity would be the same because um, in the end, I will pop out all the invalid, I mean, outdated messages, and also I will push the all the incoming messages. Yeah. Okay, good. So let me quickly wrap up my today's practice and then finish. So I today solved this question, logger rate limiter. And in this question, I created the logger class, and this logger has the responsibility to return the boolean when log method is called. So if the message is called in the last 10 seconds, it shouldn't log. So this returns false. But if it wasn't logged in the last 10 seconds, it should return true because it can be logged again. Oh, I should say it must be logged again. And yeah, and for the implementation, I use the queue and counter hashmap. So I push all the messages in the queue, then pop out if it outdated. And also when I do those operations, I update the recent message counter. In that way, I can find if the message is in the last 10 seconds list and print it out. I mean, and I can get the boolean to print or not immediately in the constant time. Okay, so let me finish my today's practice with this. Thank you so much. Bye.